up, guys?
How's it going? It's horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's legal in our country. Our government protects this right.
So I was just cruising down here and I saw a sign. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We don't have enough folks to stand up for the preborn.
No, I know.
We don't.
In fact, the reason we're here is about 10,000 people who claim to stand up for the preborn are going to walk down this aisle, and they're actually going to be really mad that we're holding these pictures.
Okay. All right.
And what's sad is this is the reality. This is the only thing that's going to shock people into saying, no, this is actually what's going on. A child's being torn apart or burned or whatever. But they kind of want to talk about it like it's not what it is.
Folks are in denial.
Yeah. But even in the pro-life movement, they don't want to talk about it like it's sin, like it's murder. And that's why it's taken over our nation. And sadly, the only thing that is actually sufficient to deal with that is the gospel. And that's something that in large measure they've forsaken. They don't want to deal with that. They want to make
Now, when you
secular.
say they, who is they?
When I say they, I mean like the really large pro-life movement. The mass body of these people who stand up and say they're the pro-life voting bloc.
Right.
The irony is, a lot of surveys will say, well, the majority of people are pro-life.
I know.
And you know what I'm saying? And the problem is, it's actually because they're not. And that's why we're out here, to point that out. And to say, hey, you all really won't stand up like you ought. And this is just kind of a point of contact to open up the reality that, they're actually against showing people what it is. How are you?
Hi.
Howdy. Would you like a pamphlet? Here you go.
Amen.
No problem. So.
Praise the Lord, y'all.
Yeah.
This is a worthy cause. We need to have more Christians doing this.
Yeah. Well, it's sad. The Bible says that the Christians are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. But when it loses its saltiness, it's worthless for nothing. They just throw it out in the ground. And that's what it is. We're trampled on because we don't stand up, we don't speak. In a very real sense, we're an impotent body of people. We've got bigger churches than we've ever had, and less influence than we've ever had.
You got that right.
Yeah. So.
That'll preach right there.
Yeah.
That'll definitely preach because these Christians. The Bible talks about in the last days of these scoffers.
Mm-hmm.
Christians don't think that they could be the ones.
Right.
Scoffing.
They don't think so. Not at all.
I'm like.
Yeah, but in reality, Jeremiah was the one looking crazy, saying judgment's coming, and they're like, "No, I'm of Israel."
That's right.
When he goes to the Pharisees, what do they say? Well, we're of Abraham.
There you go.
He says, God will make these rocks cry out. He can raise up stones and make them sons of Abraham.
There you go.
And that's really what we have. A lot of people saying, I'm pro-life, or I'm Catholic, so I'm pro-life, or I'm this, or whatever. Oh yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Their identity is with like a. They want to identify with a body, but they don't realize they're going to stand alone on Judgment Day.
That's right.
When it loses its saltiness, it's worthless for nothing. They just throw it out in the ground.